Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dear Talk Show, that is. And if you guys can go ahead and hit that like button, if you can drop some comments, subscribe, and share this video. And if you're becoming a new subscriber, make sure you turn on that notification bell. Everything that I state over here is in my opinion, nobody else's but mine and mine alone. This is the Copyright Act of 1976. This is also for fair use, news reporting, celebrity news, reality news, teaching, and all that good jazz. Okay, I am not going to keep you guys long. You pretty much read the title, Martell. You thought you had Marsau. And the reason why I stated you thought you had Marsau is because I recorded the Saturday episode and I was working on my review, so I was watching it. I just watched it this evening. And when Martell, Marsau, and Tisha were sitting down, and when Marsau told Tisha, Tisha was about to get up, and she was like, I'm leaving. Marsau was like, no, have a seat. Martell was smiling because he thought Tisha was just going to leave. And when he seen that she sat back and listened to Marsau, not I'm not saying Marsau told her what to do. She acknowledged that that's her husband and she, took his advice. But she didn't she's not his child. She's his woman, his wife. Anywho, Martell face, if you don't believe me, go back and look. Martell face was like, what? His eyes, he couldn't believe it. And Marsau, you didn't make it any better. Marsau took off the glasses and wanted Martell to see his eyes. Because when Marsau did that, Marsau had a sign of confidence only another person that's confident could see. Marsau was like, without saying, now what, my ninja? Now what? Checkmate. And what I want to say, if y'all know, like if y'all around my age, y'all remember the rapper from Houston named Lil Flip. Remember that song? Game over. Flip, flip, flip. And he said, all Blake, all ish. Y'all didn't let me in this. Marsau was like, all it, you done blanked up and let me in this ish. Boom, game over. Lil Flip. Y'all don't believe me? Go listen to it. Lil Flip from Houston. Anywho, I was like, dang, Martell, you, man, you really thought you had a hold on Marsau. And I'm gonna tell you what I feel that happened with this situation. What I feel that happened with this situation is when Martell. First, I want to say this: I bet Martell is swinging and punching the air, allegedly. I bet he's saying, "I wish I would have never told Melody." That they want to call or Carlos, they want to come on the show. I wish I would have never introduced them because that's what people do when they don't want to see you happy or see you move above them. The thing about it is, think about this. Martell was with Melody. They had a nice home. They was letting them allegedly borrow stuff and everything. And look how the tables turned. The borrower became the borrowee. Uh-huh. Get what I'm saying? Marsau had to let him borrow money. And at the time when Marsau was working, wherever he was working, people allegedly were saying he was working at the what do you call it? The movie theater as a manager. Martell's out here riding around, profiling, him and Melody got the nice house, the kids, the family, everything. I mean, they worth money, everything. This was even before Love and Marriage Huntsville. So who wouldn't be, let's say, envious? Maybe. I'm not going to say Marsau was jealous, but who wouldn't want to live that lifestyle? You know, who wouldn't? And when I'm really thinking when they began on Love and Marriage Huntsville, they probably didn't know if it was going to go be what it is now. So maybe the first 2 years, I think that's the reason why they pretty much had these demands per se with Carlos. Like Carlos couldn't really go into this, couldn't say this. Um, but a long story short, let me tell you something, Martell, where you messed up. You messed up not making sure that you were always the driver of your life besides God. Martell, melody is the brain, sure enough. But when it came to the muscle, the work, Melody would get out there and work too, but we all know Martell put in the work. Don't not come over here saying, oh, you love Martell. I don't have nothing to do with dusty knees, knock knee, pilgrim feet wearing Martell. I do not. Because for me, once you had that child, you should have moved on about your business and left that woman alone. All these court cases. But let me go back to what I was talking about. I just want to let y'all know, don't come over here with that mess because I'm not interested. Not the one. I'm so not unbothered. Will not say anything. I will not give you the dust that you deserve. But Marsau beat you at your own game, Martell. Marsau quietly, quietly did the things he needed to do. Whatever came their way, whatever they had to go on to deal with in court or out of court or whatever. Why are you sitting over here running around with this person, with that person, trying to stay in the headlines for all the wrong reasons? You could have been quiet making moves, and the next time you stepped out, a person would have been like, damn. Like on Friday, Hot Smoky was like, damn. But you did not. And you still on your foolery. And Marsau is moving up, moving up, moving up. But let me explain something to you. I never want to uh laugh at somebody's pain or downfall because then that knocks my blessings. The thing about it is, Martell, everybody falls down and have to get back up. Like Marvin Sapp say, we fall down, but you get back up. Nobody is over your destiny but God and yourself. Nobody. Right now to this day, if you humble yourself and you go and whatever you got to do in that court case, if you got to do some time, whatever you have to do, man up and stop being a male and be a man. Man up, take your time, take your licks like you gave your licks. Go drop the case, do whatever you need to do. If you are going to still co-parent, co-parent. If not, give temporary full custody till you get yourself together. I'm just telling you, until you get yourself together, you're not going to be good for no other woman, for as a wife, or having another child that you're stating you want. And I'm gonna also state this too. You, there's no way you and Ariane allegedly are going to have a great relationship. It's not going to work. Your relationship is tainted. It's not even just the way you guys got together. It's the things that you continue to do. And this is nothing saying bad about you, Ariane. It's the same for you. You need to move on and start fresh because it's you guys are tainted. That's it. God don't bless no mess. And I'm not saying y'all are a mess, but look, at the end of the day, a spade is a spade. That's how I'm gonna call it. And Marsau is checkmate. Now I'm not stating Marsau and Tisha. I don't know what they have going on, but I was happy for them to at least put some, reality in reality TV. When about 2 or 3 episodes ago, they was at the jewelry store and Tisha was talking about when they separated. Now, I said to myself, and I never came on here and stated, but I said to myself a few months ago, it was more than maybe 6 months ago. If I was Marsau, I would not allow anyone to feel like they can hang anything over my head. I would not. I don't care if they say I took a piece of ice cream, an ice cream bar. I would not let anyone. And so for me, it was only 3 things you could do. You could either let Martell continue to do what he's doing. You could either tell Tisha everything good and indifferent, and let the chips fall where they may. And she may stay, she may not. Or you could tell Tisha what you had to tell her and go on about your business and y'all get the big D. And at the end of the day, for me, don't allow no one, I don't care what you done. If you were out there messing around. So at the end of the day, you gonna let Martell drag you. Something had to have a conversation had to be had because the amount of confidence that Marsau set up and took them shades off and looked at Martell and said, you can tell, you can say what you want to say. It's not you trying the stuff that you put out, it hurt our marriage. He told the truth. It hurt their marriage. So for me, at the end of the day, that's what I would do. Because I think it's gonna hurt her either way, but it will at least it comes from you. It don't come from us. I mean, come from us or comes from Martell. I would not allow that joker to spread nothing, nothing. And so for me, it's like when you Martell, let me tell you something. When you go that low to try and want to break up somebody, that's why your marriage is where it's at now. Because if you would have put some stank on your marriage, if you would have done what you were supposed to do, I'm gonna tell you something. That thumbnail I said, they're not bros. They're not bros. Like I'm telling you, they're not bros. Remember the thumbnail I put? I put there and it said, what bro code? What's bro code? What bro code got to do with it? Like what's love got to do with it? What's bro code got to do with it? There is no bro code. There was never a bro code. I'm gonna tell you what these guys had. They had almost close to a bromance, maybe. You know how bromances, they're like, hey, knock it up. There was no bro code because a true bro code, when you out trying to get that money, when you out trying to build generational wealth, when you out trying to do something together, for all of you guys will raise your glasses and say salute. We started together. We here together. We in together. That's bro code. That's bro code right there. This bro code and girl code stuff about, oh, you don't tell this and that. That's not my definition of bro code or girl code. If I'm with somebody and y'all are my bro or my girl code, we want to see each other rise. My pockets can't be full and your pockets thin. It shouldn't work like that. It should not work like that. You want somebody else to look at you, look up, and idolize you. And Martell, that was your problem. That was your problem. I'm not going to even say allegedly. You thought your ish did not stink. You looked at where Marsau was when he was working at the movie theater. He was the manager and all the other jobs he had. So at the end of the day, you got to remember where you came from. And now not only you have to remember it, you're further down than that. So for me, you just got to go to God and ask God. But if you go to God and ask God and your heart ain't right, you won't get nothing. You got to go and humble yourself and say that you sorry to the people that you've hurt. And if you truly sorry, this crap that you got going on in these courts, you will cut that out. Number one. Number two, you will apologize to Tisha. Marsau, I don't know. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you about you as well. If you was truly for his marriage, you would have told him, I'm not sending nobody no money. That's not how I get down. If you and Melody don't work, it won't be because I'm facilitating and helping you with you doing what you're doing and being an adulterer. That's what I blame you for. Now I don't know how deep you and Martell rolled, but I know there was no bro code, because a true bro code, and maybe, and I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna say allegedly with this, But at the end of the day, if a ninja thought his itch didn't stink, and I know what he doing, okay, I'm gonna help facilitate because he's not my bro. Me and him hang together and we chill out. You know, we chill out. I don't. If Martell was your bro and Marsau was your bro, y'all would be more like Marceau and Maurice are. And at the end of the day, Martell, you could have had it all. You could have. Now, y'all are not gonna like what I'm about to say about this. Martell is still at a place where God can redeem anyone. Martell is at a place where, yes, Melody was a good woman to him. Melody was a good woman for him, but Melody may not be the woman that needs to be with him. And he's not the one man that needed to be with Melody. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Something fell off my desk. He's not the one that needs to go back and say, I want to be with Melody. That's gone. Even if there was no show, I don't know if they would have made it because sometimes you're just not equally yoked. And we can see that now. Melody needs someone that she can truly, truly know that she can trust. Martell can meet someone that's the same caliber or worse or better than Melody. You know, at the end of the day, it just all depends on if he's willing to put the work in. There are women out there that have, accolades the same as Melody or better, and they are sometimes willing to take a chance with someone like a Martell as long as Martell straightens himself up. Now I already know y'all gonna say, "Oh, she like Martell." Let me tell you something. I don't care about what penny nickel, boot liquor, pilgrim shoes, dusty knees, ashy toes, lip knee chapstick every few minutes, Martell. I'm just stating that everybody have redeeming qualities about themselves for the most part. I'm not gonna say everybody 100%, but I'm gonna say most of it. Marcel, what I want to say to you is that whatever you guys went through, all I know is that you need to make sure that you are true blue because the thing that happens, God will continue to bless you and Tisha. But if you do not honor your marriage and honor your family, it's going to come. It's going to show. It's going to show, it's going to pour out, and you're not going to be able to hide it. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. So what you need to understand, and I know you may say, well, who do I think I am? I'm just telling you, this is my opinion. And opinions are like, but if you want to continue to go the distance that you guys are going, because whatever you guys went through, Tisha had to make sure you understood she wasn't playing with you. And don't make that situation have to happen again because maybe the next time you won't be able to come back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying to you, my brother. But I just want to say game over. Flip, game over. Maurice, Marsau, the Scott brothers have stepped in this thing. And Martell mad with y'all, Maurice, Marsau. Martell is hot with y'all. I think y'all need. Let me turn this fan on. I am hot. Maurice, Marsau. Let me tell you something. It's a hard pill to swallow when this person know where they were at. And then the way you were dressed, Marceau, the way you was looking, and Martell was looking at you like, this ninja think he. And did y'all see? Y'all didn't see it. Marceau touched Martell on his let me see, yeah, the left shoulder. Martell, look. And Maurice moved his Marceau moved his hand. I'm sorry, I get them mixed up. Marceau touched his left shoulder and Martell looked and Marceau moved his hand. The one thing I give Martell, it seemed like he trying to work a little bit, because he got up and walked off. But this is my thing I want to say as well. I, whew, child, I don't know what to say about y'all. All I know is just because Marceau and Tisha together doesn't mean they don't have to do the work to make their marriage work. But I'm gonna let y'all know there was never a bro code. There was never a bro code with those guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. If there was a bro code with anyone, the bro code was with the Scott's brothers. That's who the bro code was with. Those boys are gonna those young men are gonna those men, they're not boys. They gonna look out for each other. They gonna watch each other's back. Period. Period. Martell, let me explain to you. The moment you let Marceau and them know what you were doing and you were asking him to send money, you were done then. Even if Melody would have never found out, you let somebody know your business. And I'm not saying you should be around here cheating, but you thought, and then you're crazy because he was pillow talking with Tisha. Yeah, pillow talking with Tisha. But now, Martell, you can't blame nobody but yourself. That's the only person you can't blame anybody but yourself. That's why I'm stating there was never a bro code with Martell, Maurice, Marceau, Chris Fletcher, and who else is in that brigade? There was no bro code. There was no bro code. It was not. Bromance, maybe. It may have been a bromance because they all hang together, not saying they like it like that. That's not, y'all get your head out the gutter. Bromance meaning, they were all good friends and all that stuff. Yeah, they held each other's secrets, and some secrets are still being held. But at the end of the day, does it even matter? Because secrets, if you're putting secrets out, that means you're trying to hurt someone. And if the people you're trying to hurt has already put their own secrets out, you can't hurt them. It's just pretty much like ashes in your hand. So I said what I said. There was no bro code between them because a bro code is not going to see you going down the wrong road and helping you. That's the same thing I got to say. And the only reason I'm saying Marceau because Marceau has stated that he did send old girl money. Now, until there's proof about what Martell is saying about Marceau, then I can only say allegedly. But all I know is that Martell had the wind taken from underneath his feet when they were sitting having that conversation. When Marceau asked Tisha to just don't go nowhere, sit there, and Martell was blowed. Martell was blowed, and then you want to call Marceau narcissist when the pot is calling the kettle black. And the other thing I want to state, they will never be friends anymore. It was a matter of time before the cat got let out the bag. There's no bro code. So, and the other thing, how can there be a bro code if Martell really thought that Marceau wanted to get with Melody or whatever he was talking about. So that meant that Martell never trusted Marceau. And you know why Martell never trusted Marceau? Is because he was out there doing his dirt. And the thing about it, when a person is out doing their dirt and somebody else know, you can't watch home and do what you're doing too. So the moment you started having Marceau facilitate and send money to old girl, Then you worried about, oh, okay, I got a good woman over here, this, and this. But no, you need to go and let that stuff go. Leave it alone. Whatever you got to do in court, you should have took what you took, what they gave you, and kept going. But you want to stay in this girl face. Leave her alone. Get you another person. And you really need to leave Ariane alone too, because you're no good for her. Y'all are no good for each other. And the only reason I'm okay with Tisha and Marsau because I've always felt that Marcel was gaslighting Tisha. You know, I like some of the time the way that he would talk to her? No. But a lot of times, and the only reason I didn't like it because I could tell it hurted her feelings. But you know, Tisha has come a long way. And I think that what people don't understand when you've went through a lot of the things that she's had to go through in this last year, it changes you as a person. It changes you to the point that there are certain things that you used to deal with that you're not going to deal with anymore. And she would never be the same Tisha that she was prior to the things happening, which I don't want to go into. And you guys already know what happened in her family. Um, because it has changed her. It hit home. And so family means a lot to her. And Marceau, I think you know at this point that you have to do what you're supposed to do. You have to do what you're supposed to do. And I do believe that you're going to do it. But what you need to understand, it doesn't matter if you can meet somebody else to give you what Tisha would give you. The whole point of the matter is if that's what you ever want, then don't waste her time. And it's good to see you guys um really just working together. And if there's anybody out there that's trying to infiltrate or to get into their marriage, go about your dusty business. That man don't want you. And Marceau, if they come in your DMs and stuff, block them hoes. Block them. But anywho, this is Dear Reed. Until next time, peace and soul. Mwah. Love you guys.